What's up, y'all? What's happening, man? It's Josh with KeepItTechie. Shout out to everybody that came through. I see a couple people rolling in. Go down, hit that like button, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. So today I got a special guest in the building, and let me tell a quick story before I bring him on the screen. You know what I'm saying? I always tell this story on my channel, like my first, IT position when I first got into IT. You know what I'm saying? First job that I got. I always talk about the other systems administrator that introduced me to Linux, you know what I'm saying, and got me interested into wanting to, actually try out Linux and all that stuff. Well, I was able to get him to come on. It took a lot of talking. I had to talk him into it, you know what I'm saying, to get him on. But I finally got him in the building. It's my man, Will. What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Chilling, chilling, chilling. And let me shout out a couple of people in the chat before we get started and everything. McKinley Bentley, what's up, man? Yeah. I also hope everyone is having a good week. You know what I'm saying? It's almost over and everything. We passed that hump day, so good to go. But shout out to Savage. What's happening, man? How you doing, bro? I love what you're doing on your channel. Definitely, if you guys interested in programming and all that stuff, check out my man Savage Scientist. He be over there putting it down on it on his channel, so check him out. Shout out to Lorenzo. What's up, man? He says, "Hey, what's happening, Techie? Yeah, what's up, bro? Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody that's at work still listening. You know what I'm saying? Probably working that evening shift or that night shift. Shout out to you, man. Troy, Sherman, he said, what's up, bro? What's up? McKinley Bennett, yeah, he said, what's up, man? He said, I just could finish learning how to create SSH keys to log into a remote server without the password. Yeah, man, I hope you checked out my video on that. I broke that down and everything. Shout out to Gabe, hey, coming through with the donation. I definitely appreciate it. Hold on. I think you muted, but I'm not muted. Okay, they should hear you now in a second. But lovely angel lady, good to see you. Guillermo, what's up, man? Savage, yeah, shout out to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know you be putting in work over there. But what's up, Will, man? And I'm finna call you
What's happening,
ill
man?
because that's
What's
how I
happening,
call
big
you
dog?
outside of this, man. I'm good. I'm good. Just hanging in there,
Oh,
bro. Yeah, I'm excited you was able to come on and do this. I like I
man.
told everybody I had to talk you into it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Man, hey, it was hard work talking me into it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all
It was
good though.
good.
I'm glad you
Bro,
was
hey,
able to
but we
come
here
on.
now.
Yeah, yeah. Glad you was able to come on, bro. So, let me go on and allow you to introduce yourself. Just tell little bit about your background because I know you in the IT field as well. So go on and introduce yourself.
Well, y'all, I'm Will. Simple person. Like to have fun. Like to mess with these computers a lot. You know, uh, Linux guru. Can't help that. You know, it ain't too much to say about myself. Love computers. You know, simple.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But what? Well, let me start off with this. Then, what got you into computers? Did you always have this love for computers and Linux and all that stuff, or like when
Well,
you actually
I'm
got
gonna tell
into
you
it?
the whole story. I'm not gonna tell everybody the whole story. I know you know the story
I
already.
know. I'm just trying to get it out you, man, so everybody else can hear it. You know what I'm saying?
but Hayes, Hayes got me I bought a computer from my well, I actually started with an i386 back in what 97,
hmm
from my mama ex-boyfriend, you know what I'm saying, and then turn around after that i386. I bought a computer from my buddy Hayes, and man, it got me right into computers, man. You know what I'm saying? And from there, I just took off. Me and him, we just hand in hand all the time, just messing with computers, doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? Learning everything that we know right now. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
It just started our path. And from there, the sky was the limit.
Yeah.
You know,
Now with that, you didn't hop right into Windows. Did you start with Windows? I mean, you didn't hop
well,
right into
I
Linux.
started with
Did you
Windows,
start with
man.
Windows?
I
So
left that.
DOS? Yeah, yeah. I got you. So DOS, did you play around with DOS or like what version or what like Windows
On the
90?
i386, it was Windows 3.1.
Yeah, 3.1. Okay.
Yeah, and then I got that I think it was a 16 gigabyte hard drive, 400 megahertz computer. It was like 512 megabytes of RAM. Yeah, it was the best of the best. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that had Windows 98 on it.
Okay. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? I think I was messing with that for a couple years.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got into Macs for a little while. And then after the Macs, it was really just anything. I
Mm-hmm.
think 2001 I started with Linux, just dibbling and dabbling, and then I took it back off my computer because I couldn't understand it. I didn't know enough.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know,
got
said
you.
that, and then I think it was about 2008. I went back,
Okay.
2007, something like that.
Yeah,
And
so
I ain't
did you have one of them discs that they used to
well, no, I actually. What you mean the disc?
the
You,
the little DVDs they used to the CDs they would have with the operating system on it. You know
oh
how you would
yeah,
see them around all the time? Hold up, you froze.
actually bought it. Me and Hayes was in Best Buy on Maryland Parkway.
Hold on, say that again because you froze up a minute.
Me and Hayes, we was in Best Buy, and I bought my first disc of Linux. It was Red Hat Linux. They used to sell it in Best Buy,
Okay.
and
Man,
I
that's a
actually,
long time ago.
man, that was a long time ago,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That was super long ago. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
man.
But that
So
day,
what made you wanna even try it again? Cause like I remember when you introduced it to me and I got to the point where I was like, man, I don't understand this. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I went back to Windows for a minute. What
yeah.
made you go back to it?
What was just like you know what I'm saying? It was just like you want no more.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You need a challenge. You know what I'm saying? We need challenges. We
Mm-hmm.
we gotta we do what we do because we like doing it. You know what I'm saying? And you find a challenge, you just keep going to it.
Yeah. 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 And is that something that has helped you, throughout your life? Just facing those challenges?
Of course.
Okay. Okay, okay. Yeah, I know that was kind of a weird question, but I'm just
Oh, you
like
good,
as
bro.
far as like your tech career, because that's what I always the reason I say that because that's what I always say on my channel. I'm like um once you get into at least get into the tech field, you gotta you got it's gonna be points where you're not gonna understand what you're doing, but if you keep pushing through it, you know what I'm saying?
Gonna figure it out.
Yeah, you eventually gonna figure it out and get good at it and everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
All the time. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Yeah. When it comes down to it, you know what I'm saying? For me, it was just more like I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like a challenge. You already know me,
Hmm.
John. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I like when I find something I can't accomplish, man, I just keep on hitting
Oh yeah, I know. I know. Sometimes you you be
it.
pushing me. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey
Hey,
man,
like, we go together.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's the way it goes. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And we figure it out eventually.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying?
exactly.
And back in those days, man, I had Linux figured out and I was introducing it to you. But
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You pushed me to go further too.
yeah,
It's just the way it goes.
yeah. Because I remember when I came into that position, I like I had more of a Windows Server background, and I remember that
Yeah.
was one of the things they told us. They was like, yeah, he got the Linux. You know what I'm saying? You can manage the I think it was only a few Windows servers they had
The
at the
AD
time.
server.
Yeah, yeah,
And I wanted to turn that joint to Linux.
yeah, yeah. I know. I remember. Yeah. So let's
Yeah.
let's uh let's talk about that. So um, I mean, you ain't got to go into details on that job or whatever, about the company itself. But I'm
Yeah.
just talking about like what made you, introduce Linux to that environment because it seemed like did the person before you came in because I came in after you, so did the person that was there before you started with Linux or did you just introduce Linux into the environment?
I introduced Linux to the environment. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? And the reason being is because Linux was so simple for me at that time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So for me to make a LAMP server,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do it on Windows. Of course I'm gonna do it on Linux.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A mail server. You know, I don't want a Windows mail server. Let's make a
Mm-hmm.
Linux mail server.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I introduced it all. And I remember we had a couple of servers, quite a few
Mm-hmm.
servers in there. You know what I'm saying? All Linux. And then on top of that, we had we was doing our scraping. You know, you can't
Yeah.
do that on Windows. I had to do it
Mm-hmm.
on Linux. You know, so yeah, I introduced all that Linux stuff in there.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was feeling they still using Linux.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And those were
That's
some good days.
yeah, that's dope, man. And yeah, I always talk about it. Those small companies, you can get a lot of experience from, like when it's a small company, because they give you a lot more room to try different things.
Yeah. And if it failed, try a new thing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. That's like one of the best ways. I mean, at least you afforded that opportunity to try and fail versus a lot of these, big corporations if you
Where they
get
got a
hired on.
structure where you
Yeah.
can't do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got to go through a process to get things changed in the environment and all that. So,
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah. So that's dope, man. That's dope, man. So, and then also one thing I wanted to ask you about, what made you get interested into like the PBX servers? Because I was gonna throw a wrench in there.
Hey, well, we back to Linux.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, when it comes to the PBX, it's more like one of my homeboys needed something fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I learned it. You know, it took a couple of days, to get around the concept of it.
Mm-hmm.
But once once I got the concept of it, I just ran with it. You know, I got a job right now. Got to do. Need it done in about 12 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But it's gonna get done.
yeah. Now
Messing with
that
the
brings up another topic, and I wanted to talk to you about it because um a lot of people think you have to just go get a job, somewhere. Once you get into the tech field and you understand technology, you can kind of contract yourself out, you know what I'm
yes,
saying?
sir.
Yeah, and get this contract money, you know what I'm saying, on the side, doing different positions. Now, what are your thoughts on it though? I mean,
When it comes down to it, like me, I work a full-time job. I
mm-hmm,
do tech support, but I also do stuff on the side,
mm-hmm,
always. And it pays a lot more than people think.
yeah,
So when for me, like this job, I ain't gonna tell you how much it's gonna pay me.
yeah, yeah.
but,
I know.
but it's good money,
Yeah,
and I think people should constantly do these contracts.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
whether it's gonna be with a small company that's gonna pay you for a day of your time, or it's gonna be with a large company that's gonna pay you for 6 months of your time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It was good money. They pay more than a normal job.
yeah, yeah. Cause they ain't gotta worry about like benefits and all that stuff or whatever. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So you almost like was it 1099?
Hmm.
In a lot of cases. So yep. Well, that's dope, man. That's dope. Now, have you ever done like contract work like through? I'm trying to think of one of them companies that do that type of stuff, like Robert Half. Well, oh, and never mind. Because I keep forgetting you work for Robert Half, but yeah, it's like I was trying to think of one of those other like, well, they do that same type of work, but well, let me just ask you about your current job. So what do you do in your current job? Because you brought it up, you do tech
well,
support and go down, break it down.
pretty much, I just fix computers. What I'm saying, over the phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy work. Um, it's tier one support.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm a lot smarter than that, but it's tier one support. You know, all we gotta do is take those calls. Man, each one of my calls lasts about 3 minutes because it's so easy to fix.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all Windows based stuff. You know, I was rusty on Windows at first, but once I start doing it again, you know, it just knock it out. Simple stuff. You know, and it's easy to get into. You know, the way I tell people that I got a couple people a job, and the way I tell people is that all you gotta do, when you really want to get into it, all you gotta do is know how to type, and you gotta know, you gotta want to do it. You gotta want to learn it. You know, after that, the sky's the limit when it comes down to it.
Yeah. And
You know,
that's true, because you know I did tier 1 support for a company here at the house one time for a minute. And if you lazy, you know what I'm saying, if you don't want to learn nothing,
make it.
you ain't gonna make it. Yeah, exactly. And you gotta be able to communicate to people too. So
whether it's
to the point,
email, on the phone,
you
know,
because just listening to somebody, you know, over the phone, they not gonna explain the problem 100%. They ain't gonna tell you exactly
no.
what.
They don't even. All they know is it don't work.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When it comes down to it, you gotta, you know, when I get on the phone with somebody and I try to figure out what the problem is, you know, depending on what they say, is what you ask.
Yeah.
You know, and you always break down the problem. You know, you always figure out what their problem is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, fixing it most likely gonna be a 2 second. Every time.
Yeah, you're right. Once you figure it out, you know, that's gonna help you figure out the problem. You know what I'm saying? Now, a majority of the people I bring on, you know what I'm saying, they've been through like some form of training, you know, schooling or certifications and all that stuff. And that's something that we try to talk about, or I try to talk about a lot, to try to push the people to actually go take these certifications. So my question is like, what's your background as far as scholastic and or whatever you want to call it, certifications and all that stuff to help you get the positions that you've had? Because I know you worked in top-notch IT positions down to, you know, lower positions. So I just want to know what you know, what the background is
for
that you
me.
have.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't believe in certifications personally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But our lives is totally different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to it, I suggest that people get certifications. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually been studying, and you wouldn't believe this, for a certification. You know what I'm saying? Because my job, they provide training for certifications for free.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I just started doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do it, but I want to move further. And I know in order for me to move further, I have to get a certification. I have to get these pieces of paper. You know what I'm saying? Just to show them that I know what I know. Because you know, I know pretty much everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I just gotta take the test. You know, just to show them I know this.
Yeah, and hey, and I agree with you on that, bro, because I mean, at the end of the day, it almost is a piece of paper, you know what I'm saying? Because it don't it don't um it don't I mean it's a piece of paper that gets you in the door, but like the experience that you have, bro,
Man,
that's
I can tell you a
where
lot of people can't do what I do.
yeah, that's what it is right there, you know what I'm saying? So like for instance, you know, I got a bachelor's degree. We didn't talk about it or whatever. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's just something to help my foot get in the door at the end of the day. Cause I don't remember 90% of what I learned to get my bachelor's degree. but I know more than
From
I know,
experience.
yeah, from experience is on the equivalent of probably a master's degree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, not saying don't get the schooling, that at
Get the
least,
schooling.
yeah, get the schooling. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll help you go further. But you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? You don't always have to have it. It's a good to have though to get your foot in the door. So I do recommend people do it. Just like what you're saying, Will. You know, push to get those certifications and all that stuff. So what cert you actually working for? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
I think it was MCSE. I was
Okay.
watching. I was doing the study course last weekend for the MCSE.
Okay. All right. So you gonna go that MCSE route.
Man,
Cause
I'm gonna get all kinds of them, tell you the truth.
yeah. Cause I mean at the end of the day, to me, like I think I talked to you about some of CompTIA certs. Yeah, I mean you
Yes.
can skip a lot of them, like A plus, Network plus, because you understand networking, you know, subnet mask, all that stuff.
Yes, sir. You already
So
know I know all that.
so maybe security plus or something to that effect.
Well, what in all actuality, my weekends at work be so slow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what made me start doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna literally just go through all of them, whichever ones I can get. You know what I'm saying? Make sure I'm gonna do all the study tests,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll probably end up taking all the tests.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if you say skip them, I'll
Mm-hmm.
probably do them anyway.
Now let me tell you this though, something you probably want to look into is AWS. AWS
Oh my God! Don't even
certs.
start with AWS.
Why you say that?
My boss just got a degree for AWS, man.
Oh, a
It was,
cert?
yeah, he got a cert for AWS.
Okay.
You know? And
Yeah.
he was like, man, get into this. Get
Yeah.
into this.
Hey.
You
Hey,
way too
that's
smart. Get into this.
yeah, that's where the money at, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people talk about that's a way to actually, skip ahead in the career in your
Yeah.
career is by getting those AWS certs, which
Mhm.
I don't 100% agree with. It all depends on where
I,
you at. But
I
I
think
can see you doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because of the
you,
background you already have.
you may
But
not work for Amazon, but I
yeah,
guarantee it's a big old company.
man, don't worry about it. Don't worry about cursing, bro. You
It's a
good.
big old company out there that depends on AWS.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of companies out there that depend on AWS. What Netflix is up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's needed for a lot of different companies. So that's
Mhm.
something I recommend you do too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get them AWS certs. And since we talking about AWS, I want to give a shout out to my man Professor Black Ops. I see you in the building. He be doing AWS cert training over on his channel. So
I'm gonna
check
have to
him
go
out.
check them out.
Yeah, check him out. Check him out. He be doing. He be putting out a lot of information. I think he done took a couple of those AWS certs. You know what I'm saying to further his career and he older than us. You know what I'm saying,
Well,
and getting into it. You know what I'm saying. He say he got to keep his brain sharp. You know what I'm
hey,
saying
that's the
by
truth.
steady learning new stuff. So
If you don't use it, you lose it.
yep, exactly.
That's the truth. You fall behind the times.
Yep.
Just like me, I'm getting back into everything now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's dope, man. So you gonna look at getting one of these AWS certs in the future? You think?
Um, Most likely, man.
Mm-hmm.
If my buddy Muhammad tell me to do something, man,
Yeah.
he a little bit younger than me, but that boy is smart.
Yeah.
He know what his career path where he wanted to go. Like me, I'm disheveled about it.
Yeah.
But I like everything, so I might just study AWS.
Okay.
I use AWS, but I
Mm-hmm.
never managed it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting, bro. When she started looking into it, because I started looking into it not that long ago after talking to Professor Black Ops about it.
Hmm.
It's 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 interesting. Let me say that, man. You know, the whole cloud platform, understanding EC2s and just the buckets and all the storage buckets. You know, it's a
Right.
different terminology in a lot of cases.
But
It
it's the
mean,
same thing.
yeah, but it's pretty much the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, how
um,
would you compare it to, let's say, VMware? Pretty much the same thing, except it's
um,
on the cloud.
I don't. Nah, it's a little bit different from that. I would say because, well, I mean, you running it all on their servers.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And it's mainly the back. Well, I don't know, right? It's kind of hard for me to explain it, but
I
it's
got you.
man the back end is kind of taken care of. You know what I'm saying? And so they, you know, they just offering though. I mean, software as a service,
Yeah.
essentially. Kind of like you know, Microsoft got Azure. You know, you can get Active Directory as a service. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Hey, I like where
Amazon
they
got their
going
own
with it.
stuff. They got their own like Active Directory style
Yeah,
database type thing that they
I
have
got.
over there. Yeah, what you
I
saying?
like what Microsoft going with what they doing, bro. With all that Azure and everything.
Oh yeah,
Oh man, they messing with that made me want to quit messing with Linux.
yeah. Hey, well, you might want to start looking into they cloud cert platform as well. Like that, I'm sure they got because since you starting with the MCSE, yeah, but the only thing that's why I never got into Microsoft certs because it's like too many of them. They have like
Yeah,
multiple certs. You know what I'm saying? That I don't know that cover like area different areas. It
yeah.
seemed like more certs and it costs if the company paying for it, it don't matter. But it costs. I was looking at it when I had to pay for the search myself. You know what I'm
Thousands.
saying? So yeah, it costs. You know, trying to understand that. I mean, trying to pay for all that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. From back in our day to now, though, man, I'm telling you, it made big changes,
Oh
and
yeah,
messing with their operating system and how they got it all cloud based now, and how you can log onto a computer using an email address, not just like Outlook.com,
mm-hmm.
but yeah, you can have a company email address and log onto a computer onto a domain.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And man, I think that's super dope.
yeah, it
They going
is.
in the right direction.
Yeah, it is. And I always said this. I thought, you know, because right now Amazon is like the top cloud provider.
Hmm.
Um, and then Microsoft is next, and then below that is yeah, Google Cloud Platform. Well, I think especially once the Department of Defense and all these um governments like whatever department or whatever Department of
Yeah,
Energy, once they start catching up and start migrating to the cloud, because that's where majority of you know Microsoft systems are being ran, you know, is in government. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And so once they catch up and get on the cloud, at least hybridize, then yeah, they might take over.
Microsoft, they might come back on top
Yeah, they might be number
on
one.
cloud platform.
Yeah, exactly. As the number one cloud provider, I think
Yeah,
they will. You know,
yeah,
so
they got something going for them. I ain't gonna lie about that. I
yeah.
enjoy messing with their stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then I'm a Linux guru. I love my Linux, but
Yeah,
man, they killing it.
yeah. Now, um, I didn't lost it. I done lost what I was gonna ask you. Oh, um, what you say you're a Linux guru? You say that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, what's your favorite Linux distribution?
Oh man, don't even start, man. I'll be embarrassed to say it, man. Man, you put me on that art. At
Yeah,
first, it was into, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying, with all that package building.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had to let it go.
Yeah,
But then you showed me art. Man, I ain't left art since.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I've been on art real tough. Yeah, I just installed Arc on one of my on the computer I had bought, little old
Hmm.
computer, just for Plex.
Yeah.
And so yeah, installed Arc immediately. Yeah, I
Okay.
was asking you, should I use your button tool or should I use Arc? You took too long to answer. I just installed Arc.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, so that brings it to another topic I normally talk about, um like it's a saying up in this space. It's called Lab Every Day. It was created by a dude. The hashtag was created by a dude called the One Lightfoot. I don't think you ever heard of him, but um he created that little saying Lab Every Day. Basically, do some type of training every day, in tech or like on a computer, setting up a lab, setting up,
Mhm.
different, I don't know, systems. Like I think when he started his channel, he was doing a lot of Cisco stuff.
Yeah.
So setting up Cisco equipment, flashing it and all that stuff, putting a configuration in it. So he called it Lab Every Day. So is that something that you do a lot?
Well,
Essentially, and I know this, because we
yeah,
always
I
talking
know.
about shit, but I
Hey,
just want to get you to talk about it.
well, I try nowadays. I'm trying to get back into it every day.
Hmm.
So for me, like I got my little computer set up. It took me literally to install ARC. It took me probably 4 hours.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's way too long. Back in the day when we used to do it together, man, we talking about 20 minutes.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you don't lab every day, you don't use it, you're
Yeah,
gonna lose it.
exactly,
You know what I'm saying? It's
exactly.
guaranteed.
I agree. I agree.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I agree with what he doing. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
hey, whatever you do every day, do something geeky.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it is gonna come in handy one day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Um, and you right, man. If you don't, practice something every day,
It's
you
gone.
might end up, yeah, you gonna lose it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because I remember when I had switched back to Windows and tried to, man, I was calling you every or hitting you on the messenger. Hey, bro, what's this, man? Why is this showing up right here like this, bro? I
I
don't
don't
get
know.
this. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, but
Hey,
one
I
thing,
remember,
one
hey,
thing I wanted you to bring up though, like every every time, like we done lost touch, got back in touch or whatever. But
you can always get in
throughout
touch.
that, yeah, throughout my whole time knowing you, you've always had some form of a server at the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's, yeah. I don't know. That's just, I don't know. I just
Yeah.
wanted you to talk about that or whatever. You ain't gotta say what you was doing on it, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I know you always had a you always had a Linux server. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Did you do that on purpose, like to stay on top of understanding or keep staying on top of not
It was,
understanding it, but
man,
go ahead.
computers was my hobby. That
Yeah,
was the thing I loved to death.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I can get off my job after 8 hours, and I
mm-hmm.
can come home and I can stare at another screen.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't change my life a little bit, so it's more like nowadays, get off of work, don't touch a computer, don't even
mm-hmm.
want to touch the phone.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, I'm trying to get back into it, and I got my server right here to my right.
yeah, yeah,
It ain't finished being built yet,
mm-hmm.
but but I did it as a hobby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It provided all my needs, everything I wanted in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
and speaking of that though, automation. Have you been playing around with any type of automation? And it sort of
well,
cut you off. I wanted you to finish your thought, man. My bad.
no, you good. Yeah, I'm Googled out.
Yeah.
I know how people feel about Google, man, when I'm Googled out. Yeah, yeah, when my alarm go off in the morning and it's still dark time,
Hmm.
hey, my lights come on,
Yeah.
music start playing, TV start playing the news.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm talking about more of like the IoT automation. Have you
No,
played around with any of that? Like
well,
cuz
Hayes into that.
Hayes do it. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Hayes into that. So I messed around with it with him,
Hmm.
and he had to use Linux with it, and that's
Yeah.
why I got into it with him. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So other than that, not really. No.
Yeah, cuz I followed your lead on that and went Googled out as well.
You like it though.
Yeah, hey, it's awesome, bro. It's awesome. Especially like when
Yeah.
I'm cooking, I can set multiple timers and stuff like that and
Yes, sir.
just talk to
Do
the
all kind
thing
of
while I'm
school
doing
stuff.
stuff. Yeah, it's dope. Now,
Yeah.
have you played around with any other like automation tools like Ansible? Cause I
No,
did a video on it. Okay. All right.
no, I ain't messing with none of that stuff.
Now, virtual machines. I remember you playing with VBox on like a server.
Oh man, I stay with that.
Yeah.
The one, the
Mm-hmm.
old school one that started with the Q. That's coming up big too now.
Okay.
QUME.
Yeah, QEMU or something like that.
Something
Or
like
yeah,
that.
whatever it's called. Yeah.
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 That's getting big. You know what I'm saying? I'm on one right now. Tell you the
Okay.
truth. I had to get in my taskbar and look at it. I got mine on auto high, but I had to go down there and look at it. I'm in one right now.
Yeah.
When it comes to virtual machines, Docker.
Yeah.
That's the one I use for all my Plex stuff. This computer is going to be dedicated to Plex.
Mm-hmm.
So I put Plex on one. I got my normal operating system. I keep Plex on a Docker. I keep Sonar on the Docker. Keep Radar on the Docker.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I get down with it.
Yeah, and I remember. I mean, that's like one of the reasons I started doing these videos, because you would show me something or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And a way of actually documenting it some kind of way, I just started making the videos about it or whatever. And also, to maybe this could be successful, getting on here, putting up videos and stuff. But it was mainly,
and I get those ideas for those videos all the time.
yeah.
Oh man, video on this.
Yeah, you the man behind a lot of this stuff, bro. You the man in the background of this channel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Hey, nothing but support, man.
You writing the checks.
I got you back.
Nah, man. Hey, I appreciate you. Hey, and shout out to everybody. I see a couple more people coming through. Professor Black Ops said Ubuntu Stigs came out a couple years ago. Yeah, I didn't know about that. I didn't even know they had Stigs for that. Stigs.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. It's something they use in government systems. For it's like a guide. They call it security technical implementation guides. And the only reason I know it, because like if I wasn't working on these government contracts, I wouldn't know what the hell it was either. You know what I'm saying? Right. But it's used mainly in government, organizations where they basically go in, just to kind of explain, they basically, like once a year, just follow this guide to make sure you have your system set up to a specific standard that they set. So, like if you're setting up an Apache server, just make sure, I don't know, MySQL, all the database, the anonymous database logins is turned off, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Essentially, make sure root turned off.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, exactly. Let me see who else. So I don't want to miss y'all, questions in the chat if y'all had any questions. In my home lab, I'm 90% Ubuntu. Yeah, that's dope, man. Hey, I use a lot of Ubuntu as well, Chris. Like my Plex is set up using Ubuntu, and I got DNS server. Yeah, I know. Hey, and that was something I was gonna say, man. Instead of installing Orch, instead of it taking you 4 hours, you could have used the auto script.
Yeah, I know. Hey, man. Hey, tell you the truth, I could have used it, but it comes down to the fact of, man, I need to remember how to do this.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. I would force myself to do it as well. I would force myself to try to, even though I had to call you for questions and stuff, but I would, man, I was in California on a government contract. I redid my computer. I printed out the Orch
all
the
instructions instead of using your phone. I remember that.
Yeah. I used up all their paper on their printer, bro, at the hotel. I gotta get this computer back up. Yeah.
Oh man, those are good days, man.
Yeah, but I know I could have used they didn't have a script, but they did have some scripts out there I could have got. But instead
If
of doing it, I just wanted to force myself to do it. So I went through
yeah,
the whole process following the documentation. So
if
yeah.
if you do the whole process yourself, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have a better understanding of the computer.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I like to do it myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm rusty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still using the same computer for 5 years. This laptop right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't installed it. You know what I'm saying? It's the
Exactly.
same install. It's the same everything. You know, and it's the perfect computer. I don't
Mm-hmm.
need to change. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to another computer, have to install it on there. Man, if you don't understand everything about that computer, man, that computer ain't gonna never be perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. And that's why I like to install it from the get-go. You know, just do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
Mount the drives, make the partitions, do everything that I want to do. You know, if I want encryption, make the encryption.
Mm-hmm.
LVM, do the LVM. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do it that way. You know what I'm saying? You do it the same. I know you do it the
Oh
same
yeah.
way.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Now,
Yeah.
speaking of uh distributions, what's your favorite desktop environment? And
Man,
I
you
already
already.
know, cause I use it too.
You know it's gonna be XFCE, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. See, that's
that's
why
the
we
best
cool.
one.
That's why we cool.
Lightweight.
That's why we cool. You know what I'm saying? You use XLC.
Yeah, man, lightweight is perfect. I never could after Gnome
Mm-hmm.
left 2, I
Yeah.
couldn't get it. I think it's 2. And I
Yeah.
couldn't get into 3. You know what I'm saying? With the I can't remember what all the jargon is,
Mm-hmm.
but I couldn't get into it. It's too heavy, too resource heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's literally like a Windows desktop. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It comes with everything you absolutely need.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like KDE, but I can't get into them.
Now
I
I
like
can't
the
lie. You need to try this latest version of Ubuntu, bro. Like, well, their known desktop environment. It looks actually it looks
man.
pretty
Spin me up
good,
a VM.
huh? I got you. I got you. Well,
I
I
ain't
got
putting
one up.
nothing in here.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, and that's where I got it too. I got it in a virtual machine if I want to go in and play with it. But yeah, it actually looks good, bro. 22.04.
Yeah,
That
but
version of Ubuntu with the GNOME
it
desktop, they got it designed very well.
like for you, I remember back in the day, you used to use no heavy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But you quit
Yeah.
in order to mess with XFCE.
Yeah, because I just wanted to see what all the hoopla was about. You always used to talk about it, talking about XFCE is the
Hey,
best and
but hey,
shit.
just like I
And
went to
so-
art, you ain't went back to known.
yeah. Hey, well, we had to get you off that Gentoo stuff, bro. That building every package
Yeah,
that
that
you
was rough,
install
bro.
on it,
Yeah,
yeah.
you go to sleep, wake up. Oh my God, it's still going. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was rough, bro. I
Mm-hmm.
had to leave.
Now,
You know
let
what I'm
me ask
saying?
you more because you brought up Docker. Are you real good with working with Docker? Like,
I get by.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes down to it, you set it
Mm-hmm.
and it keeps working. Yeah, it
Yeah.
never breaks.
Yeah.
So once you get past the part of setting it, you good. If like right now, I gotta do all my Docker stuff on my new Plex server.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes down to it, I gotta learn it all over again because I ain't did it since what has been a couple of years.
Yeah.
Because that computer that my homeboy got, my homeboy Matt. Do you remember it?
Hold on. Say that again.
The computer my homeboy Matt got, remember it?
Oh, yeah. 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 I remember.
I ain't messed with Docker since then. What's that been? A couple of years, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It has. It's because yeah, that's been like 2 years.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I got to learn it all over again. Right
Mm-hmm.
back to the same thing. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah. And it's not hard to pick up. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like,
Yeah. It comes down to the same thing that I told you. You know what I'm saying? Once you type the command, if you type something wrong, it'll
mm-hmm.
tell you. And
Yeah.
it's gonna literally tell you how you should be typing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna tell you the structure of it.
Yeah.
You know
Now
what I'm saying?
since you are a Linux guru, bro, have you checked out my course? to
I
see
watched some of
if
it.
it's legit. And hey, I gotta get your opinion, bro. You know what
I
I'm
watched
saying?
some of it. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? I watched some of it. You know, I'll be ripping and running, man. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying? I
know.
watched some of it. You know what I'm saying? I just seen that. I caught some of the outro video. You know, because I was watching it on my phone on my break. You know what I'm saying? I caught some of that, but then I had to go back in. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't watch the entire thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I watched some of it.
Nah, and I'm just messing with you, bro. I ain't trying to put you on the spot, bro. You know what I'm saying? But
Man, hey, that's what you're supposed to do,
I
man.
be
You know
wanting
I'm
to,
your boy, man. You can put me on the spot all the time.
yeah. Since we cool and everything, I just be wanting to get like real feedback, because you know some people, especially with this whole YouTube thing, like I think I didn't tell you this before. I'm not one of these people that like to be in the forefront. I don't want to be famous. I don't want to be none of that shit. So
Man, you just
I
put your knowledge out
value,
there.
like, some people, and not saying people in the chat are doing that, or people, you know, on YouTube are doing that, but I mean, it seemed like people, when I guess when you get a certain amount of subscribers, you know, the I guess the reviews and the
Mm-hmm.
information you get back is based on, you know, how many subscribers you got, how many views you got, and all this stuff. It's
Yeah.
not genuine. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so I prefer to ask, you know, people that's close to me that I know in real life, you know, that to give me feedback versus, you know, and that's why I was kind of happy Free Code Camp put my video up there, because those
Mm-hmm.
people over there don't know me at all.
Yeah.
So they'll give me real feedback. You know what I'm saying? They don't
Already.
know me at all. They ain't never watched my videos until
Yeah.
they probably was
They
never
ain't worried about
introduced to
hurting
me.
feelings.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
yeah.
Hey, and you know you're gonna always get that out of me.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know.
You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you the truth every time. I ain't watched the whole video.
Yeah.
You know what
So
I'm
are
saying?
you?
What I got.
So what distros have you tried that other than Gentoo and Orch? Like what did you try in between Ubuntu and going to Gentoo? Because I remember when that happened.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah,
Did you
yeah.
try
That's
any other
absolutely.
distros?
No, man. You know what I'm saying? It was more like, for me, Ubuntu is plug and play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But and then I was like, oh man, I'm getting too good at this. Let me try something harder. And you know, I looked it up, and the hardest just distribution was Gentoo. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying? So I went straight to it, and
Hmm.
you know, I was killing
Yeah, I
it.
know, I know, and I still ain't tried that. You was like, man, you need to check it out, bro. You need to try to
Yeah,
install it or do a video. I'm like, nah,
it's
bro,
tough.
I'm good, man. I need to
It's,
try it, you know, just to, cause I'm sure the guide is not. Once you do, you know, once I did Orch, then I think I could go over there and do it. So I don't know.
no, no, the install again to is way different.
It's way different.
It's way different.
Okay.
Hey, Kev Tech support. Kev Tech support. He'll take.
Yeah.
Don't he?
Hold on. You said Kev Tech?
Yeah, I think his name Kev Tech.
Who you talking about, man? Oh
I think
no, Kev Tech is he do the IT support.
yeah,
Uh
he do IT support, but he also got a Gentoo install.
nah, I don't think so.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure of it.
I don't think so, man. Hold
Oh
on.
god, I'm pretty sure of it. I
He
was wondering why he didn't do more videos on Gentoo.
he actually got a Gentoo install. Let me see,
I'm
man.
telling you, I think he got a Gentoo install. Hey, go ahead and put him on that arc, man.
Nah, I don't think he do Linux though, bro.
No, I'm telling you, I think he got to get into
Yeah,
install, bro.
you
Yeah.
must be thinking about somebody else, bro.
I'm telling you, Kev Tech support. Where you from? Like New York or something?
Yeah. Nah, I'm
Yeah.
looking on his channel. He ain't got no Gentoo.
No, he may not do videos about Gentoo, but I remember him talking about Gentoo in one of
Okay.
his videos.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to introduce him to I'm gonna have to do introduce him to you know, Orch
Art.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He gonna leave and he ain't gonna go back.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Kel Tech, because I actually and it threw me off when you brought his name up, because I just recorded a video before we started.
Hmm.
Uh and I'm shouting him out because of an article he sent me. Um that's dealing with some free cybersecurity training. And so that's what
Okay.
threw me off for a minute. I was like, hold on, I don't remember him talking about Linux. Like I remember he
Yeah.
said something
Yeah.
about it, but yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah.
I just remember it was part of his video. It was something about it. You know what I'm
Uh-oh,
saying?
they go KeepItTechie in the building.
Oh
What's
man,
up, man?
he pulled right up,
What's up, KeepItechie, man? Yeah. The, yeah,
Yeah, hey, so hey, and he gonna tell you if he got again to install. He gonna say yes. Watch. Hey, don't be embarrassed if he say no.
Hey, KeepItechie, did you ever say you had a Gentoo install, or you installed Gentoo? I don't know, in a virtual machine or on a system
No,
or
I think
something.
he got it. I think he used it as like a server or something. I'm not exactly sure,
Okay.
but I just remember watching the video. He said something about getting to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm pretty sure he has it installed.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But I while we wait for him to finish, let me see. Does anybody else or does anybody have any questions? I know we ain't really talk about much other than his background in Linux and stuff. And I can talk about Linux all day, and I know he can too.
Man,
You know what I'm saying? So um if anybody got any questions like that you want to ask Will, because he's been in the IT field for a while, and Kev say LOL what, so I don't think it was
oh
him,
no, he
bro.
don't have it. I could have swore he had it installed, bro.
Okay, all right, you might have heard that on a different channel. That might have been a different channel or something.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, because Will, and for anybody that's just
I be
coming
watching all
in,
their videos.
yeah. And for anybody that's coming in or whatever, Will is like one of the first people I started working with in the IT field. He was a systems administrator, network administrator for my first position. And I finally talked him into coming on, and I actually just
It's
talk
been
about
years.
tech. So it's really been just a whole little conversation about him, what he does, and and his background and all that stuff. So yeah, and
Yeah.
shout out to the super chat, Tony ML. What's up, man? Good to see. I mean, thank you for the super chat. I definitely appreciate it. Um Kev Tech, he says, I'm not a Linux guy, but I'm studying chef. So he is studying chef. You heard of chef?
No, I ain't heard of Chef. I
Okay,
don't know nothing
chef
about that.
is like yeah, you probably have to look it up, but it's like Puppet. Well, you probably don't know about Puppet either, but Chef and Puppet, it's like I can't remember his architecture. I don't know if that's the right term to use, but it's basically um like automation.
Automation.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think. Chef.
Automation gonna go far.
Yes, DevOps automation tools. So chef.io if you want to look it up.
Chef.io.
Yeah. So that's is it's kind of I don't know if it's Amazon using something like that or somebody big is using Chef, and it's worth it. It's like managing apps, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So whatever. And I don't know that. I need to learn it. I need to actually get a better understanding of it so I could tell a bit of people about it. I think I did a video on Puppet though, but Puppet is essentially the same thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. But somebody asks, how long have you been using Linux in a professional environment? Now, yeah,
Man, right. And when it comes to professional Linux, you know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? There's not too many companies that I worked with that use it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Um, and when it comes down to my contracts, with like PBXs and all that, um, it's been years. It's been probably upwards of 10 years, probably, Josh?
mm-hmm,
Somewhere around there.
yeah,
Yeah, about 8, 10 years, something like that.
mm-hmm, yeah. And that's the thing. Most people don't understand is what, um, especially if you're new to Linux. Like Linux is free at the end of the day,
Yeah.
so companies would prefer to not pay for software. You know, if it could be set up and configured to do the exact same thing as getting a Microsoft Volumes license. So it's a lot of work out there that can be done using free and open source software like Linux.
And you know, I always push for free and open source all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What do you think about that Linux architecture for Windows or something like that? And I want everybody
the
to talk
subsystem.
That subsystem. Yeah, that's what it's called. What
like,
you think about that?
Like, I ain't really use it, bro, to be honest.
You
Like,
ain't touched it at all?
Nope. I haven't tested
Oh,
it. Now,
man.
check this out. I've tried it on Android or Chrome OS. They got the Linux sub, which, you know, Chrome OS is Linux anyway.
Yeah.
But it's not really a subsystem. It's just they opening it up to where
So
you can install Linux applications on it. Yeah, so I've done that, played around with that. But as far as like on Windows, I don't really have a Windows computer that I could do that on.
Hey, that's
I take my kids.
The same thing. I ain't got not one Linux Windows computer nowhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to steal one from my son, man. You know, in order to try it out. And I can't do it with my work computer. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I definitely give it a try. You know, so I might just install it one day somewhere.
Yeah.
I suggest everybody give it a try. You know, they might find some Linux applications that's way better than Windows.
Yeah. So, all right. Someone asked, what are the top things Linux admin should know? Which is kind of a tough question because neither one of us have worked as a Linux admin in a production environment.
Yeah, production.
Yeah. So, we just kind of are like considered Linux enthusiasts. But majority of the companies we work in, and majority of the companies you probably work in, will be mostly a Windows environment with a little bit of Linux sprinkled in there, but they'll have specific people that only touch those servers.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of times it'll just be a Windows environment, you know, at the end of the day.
Yeah, all the time. You already know.
So, let me see. If somebody else said something, let's say, if you use Windows, what made you go from Windows to Linux?
Challenge.
And I'll answer after that too, as well. Yeah, I know you covered it earlier, but go on.
It's that challenge, man. When you're hungry for knowledge, you know what I'm saying. You just dump that Windows and go to Linux, man. And for me, I was using Gentoo, so it was more like to the fact of, you know, having to build everything. You know what I'm saying? Not build it, but have an understanding of everything. You know what I'm saying? To install it and make it run right and have it perfect.
Yeah. And I 100% agree with that statement, and that's because, I mean, I see what you mean by that, because I had done everything I could do on a Windows system, you know, playing around with it back in the day. You know, I understood how to break the system. I understood how to fix it. You know what I'm saying? The in and outs of Windows. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point where you could do almost anything on it. You know what I'm saying? And so just looking for something else to actually learn, which is how I got into it. I'm sure you got into it. Well, mainly it's because you showed it to me, and I was like, "Damn, what is that?" You know what I'm saying? Especially, I told this story on my channel.
Powerful, man.
I told this story on my channel a while back. I was like, man, I looked over at my coworker's screen, and the desktop did a 180, and I'm like, what the hell?
Oh yeah, you talking about what was that called? I can't remember what that's called.
Compass.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Hey, that was live though.
Yeah, I was like, the desktop spinning, you could see the cube and stuff, and I was like, oh my God, that's dope. How you do that? You gotta show me how to do that.
That's what made you get into it too.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. I was like, man, I gotta be able to do that, bro. You gotta show me how to do that. Because
Yeah.
you cannot do that on a Windows system. So how do I do that?
Yeah, I remember that. Hey, that was oh my God. I think that was back in the day when I was in Nome.
2007, 2008.
Yeah,
Yo.
something like that. That was oh God. We've been knowing each other way too long, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me see if it was something else. I seen somebody say something about YAML files. Yeah. CloudFormation does use YAML files as well as Ansible. Ansible, don't forget Ansible, it uses YAML as well. Now,
Those configuration files, ain't they?
yeah,
See, that's how
yeah,
rusty I am.
yeah, and that's that same configuration file because it's weird they use it on Ubuntu server in certain instances depending on the application. Like I know the set and static IP addresses and all that stuff. They use a YAML file for that on the server. I don't know if you know that. Using that NetPlan application that I showed you a while back.
Yeah.
You remember? You don't
Yeah,
remember?
I think I remember that. And I messed up the file every time.
Yeah. Somebody said how to troubleshoot network clusters, IP tables, firewall security, hardening, logical volume management.
LVM.
Network clusters, networks and clusters. It depends on what type of network and cluster you cluster you talking about. Because I mean I could talk about database clustering, like Microsoft database clustering. You know what I'm saying? But as far as networks, how to troubleshoot networks, I don't know, man. You got to you got to probably look at a course, but you know IP tables, right?
Oh, IP tables. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I never got really deep into it because, I was always behind the firewall.
Okay. Yeah.
I never got deep into that. But IP tables is powerful.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, I think you remember IP tables.
Yeah, and I remember you protecting the company's network using you had a firewall set up. You had a system set up to specifically keep the network or protect the network.
I can't remember what that firewall was. It was one at the beginning, and then we had and then I think on the Windows computer, because somebody not on the Windows but on the Linux computer, somebody kept messing with. I keep
You good, bro? You think if we talking offline? It's all good, bro.
Yeah, somebody kept wanting to mess with the Linux server, the web server. You know what I'm saying? That he had to put up a firewall for that. I remember that. That was that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was probably UFW or something like that. But
no, UFW didn't exist.
Oh, okay.
IP tables. UFW didn't do nothing but make the IP tables, but we had to actually write that one. I remember, and I remember we got locked out of it.
Yeah, couldn't SSH into it.
No, we couldn't get into it because we blocked the port.
Yeah, obviously. I got you.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, it was good talking to you on here, bro, and hang out after this, bro. You know what I'm saying? But let me give a couple more shout outs. I see more people coming in. What's up, Mark? I think he did ask, somebody asked about what are your go-to projects for hardware and software. Like, I think I talked to you about that. As far as home automation, like, do you have any like Raspberry? Well, I know you were saying you did, that's kind of Hayes things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's Hayes.
He be on that, you know what I'm saying? Now, NAS's, let's not talk about the NAS. Yeah, let's not talk about them NAS.
I already know exactly what was going through your head, bro.
Hey, inside joke, guys. Inside joke. But but yeah, we're gonna call it a night, man. I hope somebody got something out of it. The reason I do these things is just to talk to, people about getting into the tech field and what you could do and what you can actually, how you could be successful in the tech field. Um, and and like I said, me and Ill have been been cool for a very long time. He was like the first person I ran into working, my first IT position. And that's how I got introduced to the Linux operating system. And that's what made me kind of, start this whole channel and everything, trying to help
Okay.
people get into the IT field, my way by just talking about Linux and different things. And he's always been a motivator for me. You know what I'm saying? Someone that's motivated me to keep learning this type of stuff. Whether he know it or not, he has been a motivator to keep me going. You know what I'm saying? And putting out information for you guys, because sometimes he sends me articles and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying, to
You
try,
already
hey,
know.
did you see this, man? You know what I'm saying? That's the homie, you know what I'm saying? So um I definitely appreciate you coming on again, bro.
Already,
um
brother.
you know what I'm saying, and this was an awesome, interview, awesome conversation, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope somebody, like I said, gets something out of it. But shout out to everybody again that came through. Shout out to everybody that donated. If you're trying to learn Linux, go on and check out my Introduction to Linux course, which is available on my channel for free 99. Definitely check that out if you guys want to, learn the Linux operating system. And one thing I meant to tell you guys, I passed the Linux Plus. Well, if you look at my community tab, I passed the CompTIA Linux Plus exam for the latest version, because the newest version of the exam is coming out July 24th, I believe, is when they're gonna release it. But I took the beta, I passed it, and so I have that certification. And I use my training as well as other training, obviously, but my training to actually pass that Linux Plus exam. And plus, obviously, I work with Linux all the time at home, so I do have experience. You can learn a lot of this stuff from home, so that's the point of me saying that. So um check out my course, and then my Linux Plus course will be dropping, once the test is released. So look out for that as well. And if you guys want to support the channel, sign up for the membership. You know what I'm saying? I got that, out there popping as well. In case you guys want to support the channel, I think the lowest one is like $4.99. So definitely appreciate you guys and I appreciate all the people that are supporting and all that stuff. So um any last words, Ill?
Man, y'all enjoy y'all day. You already know.
All right, guys. Peace and keep it taking.